Hi, I'm Tiffany, and I'm going to share with you a super effective yoga practice for relieving menstrual cramps. It's really nourishing and gentle, so it's accessible to everyone, not just bendy yogis. And the fact that it is gentle does not mean that it's going to be any less effective. Actually, the opposite is true, because this aligns us with the quality of the menstruation phase of our cycle. So let's roll out our mats and get some relief. So let's come into our practice now. Come down onto our mats, taking a cushion for our head, either on your floor or on a mat, and definitely with something nice and soft and comfortable, a blanket or a sheepskin. And I'm taking a small cloth to put underneath my lower back, which can be really soothing, really comforting if you've got lower back pain. It gives your lumbar spine something to soften down into. So give that a try, making sure your pelvis is neutral, your shoulders are neutral and comfortable, and your feet aren't too far away or too close in towards your pelvis. You want to find exactly the right distance so the front and the back of your body can all relax. Then bring your hands down onto your belly, and once you're there, drop your mind underneath your hands, feeling your belly rising and falling, and gently inhaling into your hands. Exhaling, allowing your belly to sink down away. Every time you breathe out, just saying to yourself, soft belly, and letting your tummy underneath your hands just sink down away. Inhale, you gently breathe in. No strain, no force today, just very gentle. Exhaling, letting go with those words, soft belly. Helping us to release tension, feeling the goodness and softness of your belly in the deep, deep layers, all the layers of tension, just starting to let that melt away with your breath. And the word soft belly one more time. And then when you finish that breath, just lifting your right knee up, wrapping your hands around the knee so your arms are straight, making sure your pelvis still feels neutral. And then on every exhale, you're going to pull that knee and bending the elbows and just drawing that knee in gently, just as far as it comes, so no strain. You don't have to force it any further than is comfortable. Inhale, you release and you let the arms come long again. Exhale. Drawing in, long, deep exhale, go all the way to the end of your breath. When you think it's out, there's probably a little bit more. Inhale, you just relax and allow the body to return to neutral, the knee to shift out. Exhale, you pull in, feeling the contraction through the front of the hip, the stretching through the back, and the squeezing down into your lower back. Inhale, you release off all of that. And just continue with your own rhythm, not following my rhythm, finding your own with your own breath. Really, really good for any cramping in the area of your groin and pelvis, or any discomfort in your lower back. It's a great movement to make. And this time just letting your right foot come back down onto the floor, taking a moment just to feel in, to notice your body. And then you lift your left leg, and we do exactly the same thing. So when you're ready, exhaling, pulling down, drawing your knee inwards, noticing particularly now the contraction into the lower back, the squeezing of your lower back against the mat as you draw in, and how it eases as you let go. Into the area of our kidneys. And our kidneys are really important in what we're doing here today. They're like the batteries of our body. The original energy of our body is housed in our kidneys, and all the strain and stress of life stresses them out hugely, exhausts them, drains them. So we need to recharge our batteries. Nourishing, soothing, rehydrating our kidneys, and releasing on the inhale. Perhaps one more time on this side. Remembering at any time you can just click pause if you want to continue with any of these practices a little longer. Just keep going and then play again when you're ready to move on. This time letting that foot come down onto the floor once again, just noticing your body. You don't need to do anything. And then taking your arms out to the side, ready to come into a bit of a twist. We're going to lift one foot and then the other foot so we don't strain our back as we lift our feet off the floor. And rolling, I'm rolling onto my right hand side, left hand coming down onto the right hand. And then it's stroking along the arm as I go back again, and I'm opening one knee up, rolling to the other side, letting that arm come all the way across, legs go across. There's a bit of a twist in here, and then I bend my right elbow, bring that across, and then slide that arm down the left arm, so I end up all the way on the other side. Once again, in your own time, with your own rhythm, you're opening, allowing a little stretch through the pelvis, through the groin, and the legs kind of continue ahead of the upper body if you want, but they don't have to. Everything could roll together. So if a gentle twist, and nothing more than a gentle twist at the moment, feels good, you can take the gentle twist. Otherwise, you can roll the whole body together as I'm doing now. So there's really not much of a twist, but you are rolling around your midline from your perineum through your womb space, up through your heart and all the way to the crown of your head. You're getting this roll, and our endocrine glands, our hormonal glands are aligned around that midline. So anything we do where we roll around the midline and we are aware of that really helps to balance our hormones. One more time, side to side. Nice and easeful, nice and gentle. Once again, we're massaging the kidneys as we roll over them, side to side. Just let your head, your mind be really quiet. Just noticing your body, letting the rest of your daily life, the noise of your life fade away as you roll. Coming to this side. And then taking a hand, pushing it onto the floor, exhaling, pushing with that hand to come up so that you can stay nice and relaxed through your back, no straining through back or belly. Then come all the way around, so you come onto your hands and your knees in all fours. If you need anything to place underneath your wrists to help, that's the strain for your wrists, you can take that or not, as is good for you. Wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Just gently draw your belly up towards your spine so that you're not sagging in the middle and you're just looking down between your thumbs. Nice balanced all fours, spreading your hands, not letting them be floppy. And then just let your hips start to move. So any stagnation, any stuckness in your pelvis, you're just wriggling that out, moving that out as feels good, and then you can let that move into a side-to-side movement, rolling around. So you're going down, up one side, across the top, down the other side, and then across. Like you're cleaning a tube. You're a cleaner on the inside of a tube, using your body. You can make it small, really small, or you could make it really big. So feel how you feel today. If you want to drop all the way down and stretch out, and you've got lots of places to stretch into, going the other way, or if you just want this much smaller movement, just more aware of the internal churning that goes on when we do this, all of our organs and tissues getting a beautiful squeeze and stretch, bringing new blood, new energy into them. Nice deep breaths as you do that, and then coming back into neutral. And I want you then to just move your pelvis at the top of your legs, at the base of your spine. You're just rocking it forward and back, seeing what movement you've got there. Doesn't matter how much, you're just rocking your womb space, aware of that deep down inside your pelvis being rocked, encouraging, inviting our blood to just flow easily during our menstruation. And then we're going to let that movement flow up the spine. So next time you tuck the coccyx, flow that movement like a wave all the way up. Your head drops and the spine arches upwards. Then change the direction of the pelvis And allow that movement to come all the way up so that you end up gently, without straining your neck, pushing forwards, a little push into the hands, pelvis turns again. So each time, do be sure to start the movement from the pelvis and feel the wave move up and down, your spine up and down, through your whole body. Let the hips and the shoulders move forward and back as they wish. No stuckness, just nice flow. So allow as much movement there as you like, as you let these waves come forward, lifting the energy in your body up towards your heart, and then back, drawing that energy down into your pelvis, letting the pelvic floor engage, just react to the movement. And then we're going to move even a little bit more weight onto the hands, coming a little forward. And then as you go back next time, take your hips further back, just as far as you wish. You can just soften into the elbows to bring yourself forward, upper body aligned with the floor. Then a little push in your hands for a little emergence here before exhaling. You sink all the way back, mind dropping into the pelvis, softening down, letting your hips relax. Coming forward, inhaling, feeling yourself drawing energy up. You could open your eyes here as you emerge forward, and close your eyes, softly close your eyelids over your eyeballs as you drop your mind all the way down into the dark depths of your body. Flowing as smoothly as you can, opening up here from those eyeballs. Imagine lines stretching down to ovaries, even all the way to your toes, and soften all of that as you go back. So once you've got the movement, just be sure to find an easeful flow. This is a fantastic movement for releasing tension from the body, to invite flow and easefulness back into the hips, into the pelvis, into the shoulders, all the way through the spine, and connecting the upper lower parts of the body, harmonizing expansion and contraction. One more time, coming forward, exhaling, taking yourself back, knees going a little wider this time, and feet together, and just stretch back. So I've got myself a little bit of a mountain of stuff here, bolsters, cushions, you can get pillows as well, whatever you need to be really comfortable forward, however far you can go forward, what you need at the moment to be really comfortable to sink into this healing still place now of menstruation, a place in which we can just tune into our inner world and listen into, perhaps what our body's trying to tell us. So I've taken also the cloth that I was using before, and I've put that in front of my hips, across the hip crease, and I'm going to pull on that. That's really, really great if you've got any cramps and tension around this area. This is a great way to help that. So to come down, pull that across, and exhale and pull as you come forward, and then I'm going to have to let go just to rearrange a little bit to get everything where I want it as I settle down. But that just helps me keep the front of my body open, and make sure the front of your body then is supported by your cushions when you come down. Something for your head, get really comfy, and then once again take hold of your cloth, shawl, whatever you're using, and exhaling, long deep pulls. You can see my arms straightening, and then as I inhale I soften the arms, let the elbows bend. Exhaling, pulling, long deep all the way to the end. Feel that pressure against the front of your hips and lower belly. Inhale, completely release that. Exhaling. And inhaling. A few more times. Long and deep and slow. Once again, your own rhythm. You don't have to be going with mine. Pulling. You can let your eyes, of course, just close, just sink in, just listen in to what you can feel. Inhale, you completely release the pull. Exhaling. Each time you exhaling with the rhythm of your own breath all the way to the end of it, you pull. and you release. This is going to be my last one. You can, of course, pause the video and continue if that's feeling really good for you. You want to continue a little bit longer. And inhale, and I release. And then I can just let go of the shawl, bring my hands around somewhere comfortable. And when you're there, just let gravity work on you. Let yourself sink. Becoming aware of your breath deep down in your belly. Every time you breathe out, just letting there be a release down through your body. Allow for that downward movement. Permit that movement of menstruation, the downward flow. I'm going to come down on my bolster. I'm going to need this cushion, something up there for my head. A bolster, you could use a couple of pillows lined up on top of each other. And what I've got as well is a heavy weight. This is a sandbag. You could use a hot water bottle. It would be really great for what I'm going to use that for. So I'm going to lie on top of the bolster. Now this is really, really useful if you've got, again, lower back or pressure or cramps around in the hip area of your pelvis, really allowing that whole area to release. Coming down on the top of the bolster. If you don't like that feeling of resting on the top of a bolster, you could also lie flat down on the floor. I'm taking something, so my sternum, the top of the sternum is just in line with the top of the bolster. And then I want something to rest my head on so that my neck finds a nice, for me, comfortable angle. A little angle downwards, but not too much. My knees have got the blanket underneath so they don't feel uncomfortable. So they're kind of slightly open to the side and bent. So just find the angle that works for you there. And then I'm going to take this bolster of mine, this sandbag, and place that down on my sacrum. So that could be a hot water bottle. I know not everybody has sandbags lying around the house, but hot water bottle is fantastic. If you do happen to have a sandbag, put it on the radiator first so you've still got that same warmth, really healing warmth that can radiate through from your sacrum, through the whole of your pelvis. Arms to the side. And once you're there, you're just kind of letting your limbs hang off to the sides, completely letting go. Become aware of your breath down in your belly. Feel the pressure of your breath, the gentle pressure of your breath against your pillows, your bolster, or the floor if you're lying flat on the floor. And surrendering. Giving permission for release, for the cleansing release of moontime of menstruation, to just allow that to go and to let yourself be in a place of rest. Okay, so here I am, ready again to sink into a really, really relaxing pose, butterfly pose, supported butterfly. So you see I've got a lot of stuff. I've got lots of cushions, things to support everywhere. I'm sitting on a cushion because that feels nice. Weight is sinking down here. I want to be comfortable through my pelvis. I have taken a belt. This is not absolutely necessary, but if you've got something that you can tie into a big loop and bring over your head, knees wide, feet together, and then put that over your feet and push the back of it down towards your sacrum. What we're doing here is opening our knees wide, and I'm going to use cushions to support, but this gives me that additional bit of support. So it's all about support, 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 letting myself be held for once, being held. So that gives my legs this extra piece of support going out, and then they're also going to have something there as well when I sink into it. I'm going to wrap my feet up. That feels really great. Our feet, the energy of our feet relates super to our pelvis, to our womb space. So we want to keep our feet warm, our feet nourished, it can feel really soothing, really caring to just wrap them up. And then even if it's a warm day, a light cloth or something over the front of you feels protective. We're moving down into our cocoon space in menstruation, so you want to be protected. So I recommend something over your belly, over your womb, and then your cushions behind you. Do make sure that you feel your lower back. You don't want to be collapsing here through your lower back. You want to be supported there. So then you're coming down over what you've got, checking things are not as they are for me here, slightly falling to the side. So you might take a moment, and do take the time that it takes to come into what you're doing. I've got something here then for my head. So you're probably going to have to just experiment with this. You might get into it and then realize you need more. And do go gather more until you've got your bits and pieces for this practice, because it's really, really worth it. Like I said, this for many people is the one. For others it is not. Forward folds are better. So do experiment and see what works for you. So that bolsters right into my lower back, supporting that. You can have more of an angle up or more down, whichever you prefer. That feels pretty good for me. This is underneath my head, really supporting the back of my neck. I'm just going to pop this over my eyes so I can really sink into that dark place. You could use anything, of course. It doesn't have to be a natural eye mask, and some people don't like that feeling, so only do it if it feels good to you. And to start with, I'm just going to pop my hands on the front of my body, putting one hand at the level of my heart and one hand down on my belly, and just let your mind travel between those two hands, inhaling and exhaling up and down, feeling the warmth of each hand lying on your body, balancing light and dark in your body as you exhale down towards the darker spaces underneath your lower hand as you inhale up towards your heart, towards the light. Letting that energy flow up and down, a couple more breaths. And then whenever you're ready, in your own time, staying there if you wish, you bring your hands out. I've placed a couple of blocks underneath my hands because I know the floor always feels a little bit far away and overstretches through the front of my shoulders. So I prefer to have that. You may not. And once I'm there, just really settling in. No forced release. It's just bringing my mind into whatever space I wish and just breathing there, just being there very, very lightly. No intense intention, no ambition at this time of the month. Just a gentle acceptance and a willingness just to be, to surrender to what is. Allow your eyeballs to soften. Soften around your ears, into your jaw, all the way around your mouth, your lips. Feel the goodness of one beautiful soft lip resting against the other. And allow that goodness, that softness to spread through the whole of your head and then down through your neck and through your body, releasing downwards, relaxation releasing downwards through your body like water flowing smoothly downwards, finding its way through the nooks and crannies, the crevices of your body, all the way down, a gentle flow.